What's up, guys? Coach Vass here. Thank you for joining me with OTF Audio Daily Beats. As always, if you're new, appreciate you tuning in, listening to me talk about these workouts. If you have any feedback, let me know. If you find value in them, information is in the description to support me. We're going to break down Sunday, September 7th. This will also repeat on Monday, the 22nd. We're going to see power on the treads, strength on the rower, and power on the weight floor. As always, we'll talk about the 2G, talk about the 3G, and then get you on out of here. So for the key concepts today, we're going to see 3 blocks with 3 all-outs in each, 9 total. As they get shorter, challenge yourself to increase your speed or incline. For the rower, each block starts with a push row that builds into an all-out while maintaining a slow stroke rate. On the floor, we have 3 blocks with loaded movements right into explosive movements. You do need the benches in a low bench position for this workout, so just keep that in mind. Now, when we look at the 3 tread blocks, they all follow a very similar format. We're going to see a push all-out walk, push base all-out walk, and then base all out. The pushes and the bases are the same duration between all 3 blocks. The walk recoveries are the same between all 3 blocks. What changes will be the duration of the all outs. So in block 1, we have the longest block, 7.5 minutes. You're going to start with a 45-second push into a 1-minute all out, 1-minute walk recovery. Then we go into a 45 push, 30 base, 1-minute all out, 1-minute walk recovery, and then 30 base, 1 minute all out. Okay? Now, the intention here is as there's recovery built in prior to the all out, we want them to increase on the second and third attempt. So 45-second push, power walkers 8% or greater, joggers and runners, we're just trying to get them to move. So anywhere from 1 to 2 of their base speed. Bikes and striders, just keep them right about 3 gears over base. Get them primed up, and then first all out sets the tone. Be aggressive because they have a 1-minute walk. Okay, whatever they do for that all out, they're then going to try to add to it, knowing that they get a 30-second base prior. So they'll start with that push. They get uncomfortable. 30 seconds to actively recover the legs at base, and then hit that 1-minute all out with more intention behind it, hopefully higher speed or higher incline. Take a 1-minute walk, and then we get rid of the push. So from a walk recovery into an active recovery into their best all out. Now, whatever they finish that last all out with, that's where they're going to start on block 2. Okay, so for example, like let's say they finish at 6 miles an hour for their 1-minute all out. In block 2, they're going to start with that 45-second push, and then they're going to do that 6 mile an hour all out for 45 seconds. And then, just like in the previous block, increase the all out every time. So whatever they finish on that third all out, that's what they're going to start block 3 with, but now for 30 seconds. And then by the end, hopefully it's the best 30-second all out of the day for them. All right. So great opportunity to really coach about OT beat with those 1-minute walks and the idea of performance over chasing splats, and where we really want to feel like the recruitment of the hamstrings, quicker feet rather than big bound-in steps. Pumping those arms, do they feel the engagement of the midline from getting that rotation from the body, so on and so forth. Now when we look on the weight floor side, we're going to see 3 blocks here. Each block starts with a 90-second, just under a 2-minute build. So the first one is a 1:45, and then we'll have a 90-second build, and then a 75-second build. We're going to start off with 45 push, 1-minute all out. So it's going to be timed up with the treads. They want to check and remember average watts. So in order to do that, what they'll need to do is, if they are logged in during the warm-up, before they take off, they're going to tap on new interval, reset the screen, and then at the end of the 1:45, they need to hit sign out, and then that will display their average watts on the screen. All right. The other way is we just kind of have to look at distance and whatnot as another metric for the people who don't have OT beat. But the key thing is with these rows, it's 22 to 24 strokes per minute. So the intention is for the all out to have a bigger leg drive rather than row in quicker. Okay. So remember, 1 count back, 2 to 3 counts on the return forward. We're then going to see load and explode with 2 movements done back to back. We're going to see a single arm split squat right into the low bench reverse lunge to single leg hop. We're going to do that on the left side, take a break, do it on the right side, take a break, and then do it again. Okay, they'll have 7.5 minutes for that. So really, after that row, they'll have just under 6 minutes to do a couple rounds of that lower body work. Block 2, They'll start with the treads again, 45 push, 45 all out, hopefully increasing the average watts compared to block 1. And then we're going to have a split stance low row, 5 on each side, paired up with the alternating low row with an explosive tempo. So for the first one, think 2 counts up, 2 counts down, slow and controlled, and then they're going to drive up quick and then slow down 3 counts, then the other side up quick, slow down 3 counts. They'll rest and then do it again. One thing that's definitely going to fatigue is probably going to be their grip strength on that part. And then the final block, 45 push, 30 all out, timed up with the treads, and they're going to have a 2-handed single dumbbell squat, so the weight is down below. Goblet would be a challenge since it's going to recruit more midline work, but if holding that weight just feels awkward for them and they start to round over, bring that dumbbell up, get the chest proud, and that's going to be paired up with the low bench burpee to squat jack. Very fun. They'll rest, and then they finish up with the low bench plank jack. Now, when we look at the 3G for this one, what we're going to see here is 2 blocks on the treads, 2 blocks on the rowers, 1 super long block on the weight floor. Treads are going to have 6 minutes and 45 seconds, and then a 6-minute block on number 2 with a 90-second recovery between them. They're going to be set up the same way, 45 push, 45 all out, 1-minute walk, and then just like in the 2G, this is block number 2. They're going to try to increase the all out, the second and third attempt, and then whatever they did at the end of that last all out there, let's use it in block 3 to start and then build off of. So 45 push, 30 all out, so on and so forth. Now, the rower side, we're going to start with a 100-meter push row, and then they're going to do a Y-bell deadlift to angled press. So with their Y-bell, what they're going to have to do is hold it down, they'll hinge back, they'll come up, they'll curl, and then press out. That's going to be 1. They'll have that for 8 reps. Then they're going to increase the row by 100 meters for 3 rounds. So 100, 200, 300. When they finish that, then they'll just row until time is called. For block 2, they're going to start with the 300-meter row and then decrease by 100 meters, but now it's going to be the alternated knee raise with torso rotation. So Y-bell is up here, they pick up one leg, they rotate to that side, set the foot down, reset, and the other leg, 8 total. Once they finish 3 rounds of that, they row until the 30-second all-out finisher. Weight floor, we're going to take all 3 of the back-to-backs from the 2G. You'll do 2 rounds for each of them and just work your way through. So split squat and then reverse lunge single leg hop on the left, on the right, that's 1 round. Do it again on the left, do it on the right, that's round 2. Then we go to the low row and the alternating low row for 2 rounds, and then the squat, and then the burpee to squat jack for 2 rounds. Then we'll do all 6 movements as 1 long block as their bonus. And then the finisher is the same finisher as a 2G, so low bench, high plank jack for the final 30 seconds. And that will wrap up Sunday the 7th, which will repeat on the 22nd. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Coach it down.